Hi guys, Sandy from the Paddle School. In this video we're going to talk about your net position. Now I've watched a lot of analysis videos and I've seen a lot of tournament situations where players get themselves into the wrong position at there and therefore they lose the point unnecessarily. So in this video we're going to talk about common errors, and we're also going to talk about where you should be located at the net to be in the best position possible, and also how you can move attacking and defending from that position. So the most common problem is that players get too far back. So they might start in a good position and during the point they end up taking a few steps back, and what that means is they're too far back in the court to be attacking from this position and they leave a big gap in front of them. So the opponent can easily hit down to their feet and they're picking the ball up around their feet, making it easy for the opponent to then either take the net or attack them.
You can see here that I'm a little too far back in the court, and what that means is instead of taking advantage of a normal volley position, I'm actually having to pick the ball up from around my feet with a half volley or volley. Here you can see the player hasn't come forward with his partner and is in a net position too far back, therefore has to pick the ball up around his feet and makes it easy for his opponent.
The second most common problem is that players get too close to the net. Now either sometimes they start too close when their partner's serving, or they hit a few balls, get excited and they get close to the net. And what that means is they leave a huge space behind them that they get lobbed in, and you can immediately lose the net like that and your opponents can take advantage.
Here you can see that I'm far too close to the net and it makes it very easy for my opponent to hit into that space behind me. Now look, I'm starting this point only a few feet from the net and it means that the opponent's been able to lob me and it's still landed inside that service line, so I'm definitely in the wrong net position. So now an example of getting a little bit too close. So we're in the middle of the point here, the player in black, he runs forward into that net position but then gets a little bit carried away and gets a little bit too close here. And you can see the lob over the top is pretty easy and it makes it a confusing thing for his partner because he comes across to try and help.
So the ideal net position is about at the second post or one step in front. And from here you can decide whether you're going to step into the court and be aggressive, or you can move back to defend against that lob. Now what you want to do is really analyse what's happening in the point. If it's an easy ball from your opponents, you can step forward, get ready to attack it. If you see that they're going to hit a lob, then you take that step back and you can be ready to defend that lob. Ideally attacking, you're going forward, and defending is when you're a little bit further back in the court. The only exception to that is if you've lobbed your opponents and you're going to try and block that attacking ball after the glass, the bajada, then you want to kind of be at a closer position up the court because then you give them less angles. Probably the best way to improve this is just to have focus on it. If you're one of those players that does get too close or gets further back, just always try and be aware of your net position. Now this obviously also depends on what type of smash you're hitting. If the ball is up easy and you go close, you can be aggressive with that smash, or if you're further back in the court, then you end up hitting a more defensive smash like the bandeja. If you want to get more details about the smashes, then the online course with the overheads is a fantastic course because we go into all the smashes, where you are on the court position and what type of smash you should be hitting.